And welcome into To Your Health. If you watched our show at the beginning of January, we got into the new year, one of the things we talked about in nutrition is hydration or water in your system. Probably the single most important thing you can put in your body is water, but it better be good water. Today I have with me Carl Schmidt from the Herb Shop, located on Vaughn Road in Montgomery, Alabama. And you're big into herbs.
Right.
In fact, what is the title they give you?
I'm a naturopathic doctor.
A naturopathic. Okay, so you're looking at things from the natural standpoint. And Carl, we talked about the fact that water is very important. In fact, and the regimen that you have me doing to get better, it emphasizes the fact that I weigh like 230 pounds, so I need to be drinking about close to 100 ounces of water a day.
Right.
And what does that do? Is that
Well, our body is significantly made of water.
Right.
Actually, a baby, when they're born, they can be upwards to 80%, 70 to 85% water hydration. But as people age late in life, they can be as little as 45% hydration. And so water is the source of life. And in our testing, as we mentioned before, we measure factors about water. The pH, the redox, the resistivity. These are factors that make water work in our body. So many people already know that the importance of cleaning and basically sanitizing water from contaminants. Our world is so polluted, and there's so many things that need to be screened or filtered out of the water. But the filter process can actually strip the useful thing. The old saying, throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Right.
It can throw the things we need, the trace minerals. So there's this delicate balance of making water work, but not harm. I've talked about pH before, and pH is the potential hydrogen. And water that's successfully filtered has removed the alkaline minerals from the water and made it more acidic. And so if we consume many bottled waters are actually a very low pH. Our blood is at 7.4 pH, so it's a little alkaline, and many bottled waters are acidic. And so if we keep drinking bottled water thinking we're doing the right thing, we may be actually harming ourselves in the results because we're getting too much acid intake of fluids. So there's a delicate balance of understanding many components of water, not just that it's filtered, but it's actually alkaline.
And water actually helps with our blood flow.
Right.
A lot of times there's the old thing, tired blood, and tired blood must be, you could be dehydrated if you have.
When in blood chemistry, when a doctor orders a blood panel, he may have a part of the blood called the hematocrit, and that's basically the hydration of the blood.
Okay.
So if that number is out of range, it can be because of dehydration. And I find elderly people that are often placed on blood thinners, it may be simply that they're just dehydrated and their blood's too thick because they aren't drinking enough water to stay hydrated. And it's really a misconception to think that you can drink juices or coffees or teas and hydrate. Water is the best hydrant.
Right. And sometimes if you're drinking a caffeinated coffee, it can actually cause you to dehydrate.
Right, it's a diuretic. So, so many things we just find that our foods don't provide enough nutrition. The things we eat and other things we drink, and that's where supplementing comes in, is to add to or supplement our diet with nutritional supplements. And that's what I specialize in, finding the nutrient mix that the body's missing so it can operate most functional at the highest possible.
And a lot of times if you're dehydrated, your urine is going to be a darker color.
Right.
And obviously when a person, we're letting our viewers know, you know, because each day you're going to urinate, look at your urine, look at the different things that come out of your body, and if something looks out of whack, we need to get it back in shape, right?
And constipation can be a symptom of...
Absolutely, of dehydration. Yeah, you need all that to make it happen. Most of the different foods that we have right now, if you read the labels, it's, you know, foods are made so that they can be grown fast and last long.
You're right.
Those two things don't really jive, do they?
Right. I used to be a farmer. Years ago, I had a peach orchard in Texas. We had about 1,400 peach trees.
Wow.
And we transitioned from a conventional practice of using chemicals to an integrative pest management that was leading toward organic. And it's a lot more work to do organic. But when we took our produce to markets to be sold, the produce manager would get a knife out and cut the peach and go, wow, this has more flavor than I remember ever tasting a peach.
Absolutely. And you know, right now, we're living here in the peach world. Peach County is, Chilton County is right up here. I've told my wife, it's been years since I've tasted a peach that I go, wow, this is a great tasting peach.
So the nutrition delivers the flavor, and that's a clue. And so when food doesn't have the flavor, we add salt or sugar to give it a flavor. And many companies will add artificial flavorings in an item that's processed or manufactured or pre-packaged meal. So the clue is the quality of the food has really diminished, and so we have to supplement to fill in what our diet's missing.
Well, that's great. Well, listen, Carl, I'm going to have you come back in a couple of weeks because, like I say, we did my initial test. You put me on some herbs and different things to be able to try to clean me out, for lack of something better. And then we want to let our viewers know the next time you come, we're going to show here was where I was today, and here I am with the follow-up.
Good.
Okay, great. And just remember this, obviously, as I mentioned the show before this one, you're responsible for your own life. Make it what it is, but more importantly, make sure you do your homework and you're going to have a healthful life. And we'll be right back right after this.